beautiful story, hey? No, but I should say congratulations. You first on the campus life. I am loving it. But you know, I was saying earlier on that I normally interview people.
Yeah.
But I've never really been interviewed. So it feels a little bit weird being interviewed. But today I'm going to leave in that weirdness and I'm just going to give you the opportunity just to ask whatever that you want to ask me. Just to tell my story.
I need you to go all the way back.
UJ family, welcome to a very special episode on the campus life, and of course my name is Sithole, and I must say that today is a bittersweet moment because this is my last episode with you. It has been an amazing 2 incredible years of laughter, of crying, of inspiration, of motivation, to obviously the guests who have been showing us love and sharing the stories with us and you, of course. But I just want to let you know that the show will be obviously going on, and of course the show must go on. I won't be leaving you alone. There is someone fresh, someone dynamic who is joining the Campus Life legacy to move it forward, of course, and I hope you will love her. I don't want to waste any further time, but Joy, I just want to say thank you for joining me today. And welcome to the Campus Life. How are you?
I am feeling all sorts of emotions. I think, you know that one friend that feels way too many emotions and all of them at the same time?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an advantage or disadvantage. You feel it for a very short period of time though. So if you're angry, at least I'm angry for like a short period of time.
Yeah.
So many different emotions. But I think the strongest one has to be gratitude.
Yeah.
I want to check in with you also. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling blessed. I'm excited to say that I'm passing the baton to someone who looks like they have the capabilities to carry on the show. So I'm excited to see the fresh dynamic that you're going to be bringing on, and obviously to just carry on the legacy. But I think it's just been an awesome journey. 2 years, it flies by so quickly. I mean, we just started like 2 days ago. You know, just started 2 days ago. And I can't even count the amount of people that have sat on that chair, sharing their life stories. So I think right now it is a moment of gratitude. It is a moment of... I'm sorry, but I'm just like speechless, you know. I'm very speechless. I know that this platform has changed a lot of lives, has made an impact into a lot of young and old people, and certainly my life as well. If I must share, for those who don't know, this was like a dream come true for me, because looking back in my primary school days, I would rush back home just to catch the Oprah Winfrey show.
Wow.
You see, and I'd sit and I'd watch and I'm like, wow, this is what I want to do when I grow up as well. I want to be in that position. I want to be able to have my show and have people come on and just speak about life and speak about the experiences, you know, and just inspire, motivate. And to see that I was living in my reality was just, speechless. Like, it's just a moment of like, wow, dreams do come true. My dreams are valid. Yeah.
That is beautiful. That is inspiring on its own, for sure.
Thank you.
And I think it's so true what they say, that time flies by so much when you're doing something that you absolutely love.
Yes.
It just goes like crazy.
Yes.
So I love your story. It's so inspiring.
Yes.
I don't know how many of your videos I've watched. I don't know how many times I've been like, wow, her hair looks so good. Wow, her outfit looks so cool.
Thank
you. Something about me, I'm always dressed in like very formal outfits.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I don't know what to wear today. What did Sally wear that other time? Yeah, there's that video, man, episode.
Yeah.
I can't remember. So for me as well, this has been an inspiring journey that you have been on. Because just watching you also has really been... it touches hearts. It really does. So, I got some big shoes to fill, to say the least.
Thank you so much.
Having interviewed so many people, what has been one interview where you're like, yeah, this will be in the book of memories, core memories, forever?
Sure. I must say that's a very difficult question to answer.
Yeah.
I've spoke to a lot of people. Honestly, I can't pinpoint to say this interview specifically, because the interviews that I've heard, honestly, I was having a heart-to-heart with the guest.
Yeah.
My manager would prepare some questions for me.
Yeah.
But once I get here, I'll just close the laptop and be like,
so much.
You know what? And we just have like a heart-to-heart conversation. Like we just open up. Like we just connect on a different dimension. And I think that has just been a highlight of every episode. Just connecting to the guest has just been... I think for me, I didn't know that I was able to do that. Even after interviews, getting feedback like, wow, that is that's the best interview that I've ever been to. Like, I was so scared, I was so anxious, but you made me feel so comfortable. And just being able to just make people open up and talk about their life stories and touch moments in their life that they were never willing to talk about with other people or ever in their life, and just to create a safe space for them to be able to share the experiences that they have been through has just been a life-changing moment for them and for me as well. But I can't pinpoint to say who exactly. I think I've heard a lot of conversations where I also reflect on my life. The journey of getting here as well, the process, the unseen that people don't see, you know, because the world and social media, once they see someone in the limelight, they think it all came easy.
Yes.
But until they get the background story, until they get like where it all started from, then it's a pretty different one. So I've heard a very beautiful, different experience with each and every guest that has come to this platform, and I'll always cherish that forever. Yeah.
It's the beautiful thing about stories.
Yeah.
Which is something I am so deeply passionate about. It's that person's life story, because when you meet with them and you have that conversation, in that moment, two stories are merging into one.
Yeah.
And that's where you find the wisdom of an experience that you've been through or they've been through, and you see how you can apply it vice versa, either or. Yeah. And it's so crazy when you sit down and you think about, in that moment, age goes out the window, knowledge somehow goes out the window, and all that matters is your story and the wisdom that you have to share. So I think that's a valid answer. I asked a very, very difficult question. I think your answer is perfect. It makes 100% sense.
Yeah. So that's how it's been. But I just want to circle back and ask you, because I'm sure there's a lot of questions that are just going to emerge as well. Yeah. Like, how did you get to be the presenter for the Campus Life, you know? And what change, or what are you going to drive forward with you being the face of the Campus Life? Yeah.
So, where do I start as to what got me here? I think it all started with a little girl who had so much difficulty, and still does, with academics. So I have a learning disability. I'm dyslexic.
What does that even mean?
So dyslexia means I have difficulty relating, at least with mine, relating the sound of a word or rather a letter to that letter. So where everyone is like cat, it's k-a-t. My brain goes C-A-T, C8. Oh yeah, that's a C8. And that's how I go about it. So I cannot relate the phonemic, the sound, to the grapheme, the letter. So a k with the letter C, a b with the letter B. So academics was really challenging because you're writing everything out. Unfortunately, there's no way you're assessed through speaking, unless of course it's the speech that you do every once in a while. Everything is written out. And that little girl was like, well, I'm not gonna make it in life, clearly. I keep getting back my papers and I'm failing. So clearly I'm dumb. Something is wrong with me. And my mom's story inspires me so much. And I always tell people, if you want to know my story, we have to unfortunately go back to my mom. Because hers is the definition of what I live by. And what I live by is summed up so perfectly by a quote that I actually learned this year. And that is, innate ability matters, but effort can yield results. So your capabilities within itself, they definitely matter, 100%. But your consistent effort is what's going to get you the results that you might want to see. And so that little girl sat there and was like, well, I want to travel. That's like my biggest thing. But how can I make money to travel? And so I was like, what are you good at? And I was like, I really like talking. Like, I enjoy talking. And I enjoy listening to people talk. Because somehow in them listening, as they're speaking, this image and these pictures of their life is drawn in my mind. And I'm almost living life with them as they're going about explaining it. And so I thought, okay, let's find a way to make speaking make us money. And pushing through academics, trying my best, really progressing as much as I could, I got my first emceeing opportunity in grade 7 to MC for my poetry night. And I enjoyed it so much. It was a breath of fresh air for me. It came so naturally. It felt so easy. And I was like, this is something I want to do. And this is something I'd love to do. Speaking, but not just speaking, but allowing stories to be shared, listening, engaging, and applying. So with that, I then pushed my emceeing career, my business that I started, had no idea what it was, a business. I was just like, I'm fine with emceeing for your events. I can do it. I'm fine with doing it. And that opportunity sparked up radio. And someone was like, why don't you go into radio? You know, you have the personality for it and you would be really good at it. That's when I did my first audition at UJFM, which I thought was absolutely horrible. I was like, okay.
We all start somewhere.
You understand?
Yeah,
you're like,
we all start somewhere.
I left that venue and I was like, okay, I didn't get it, but that's okay. There's all these other avenues and all these other ways. Then I got my second call back and I was so thrilled and beyond grateful. And after the second one, you get called back again, you're starting training, suddenly you have a show, suddenly you're speaking every day, suddenly it doesn't feel like work and it feels like home. So that's really how everything sparked up and what it came to. And I think I definitely want to continue that platform of storytelling, living experiences and allowing people to live through UJTV. So what I'd love to bring to Campus TV or continue is this platform you've created for storytelling and us being able to live vicariously through others. I got to experience pageantry from a different aspect through all of the interviews you had and got to see the difficulties that the ladies actually encounter to wear that crown. And I only understood then through your interviews that, okay, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I thought it was just the crown that was heavy, but no. Heavy is the head that wears the crown indeed. So definitely wanting to push that, but also I would love to aid in others' stories by bringing about resources, the resource of knowledge and wisdom through the conversations that we have here at campus, the campus life.
Sure, that's a beautiful story, hey? No, but I should say congratulations. You faced the music campus life. I am loving it. But you know, I was saying earlier on that I normally interview people.
Yeah.
But I've never really been interviewed. So it feels a little bit weird being interviewed. But today I'm going to leave in that weirdness. And I'm just going to give you the opportunity just to ask whatever that you want to ask me. Just to tell my story.
I need you to go all the way back. I saw on your Instagram post where you were like, I was this shy girl.
Trust me.
And you tell us in that caption where when you tell people that, no one believes you, right?
Yeah.
Take us back to that shy girl.
Sure.
Who was she and how did she become Sally Sithole sitting in front of us?
Yo, man. When you're asking about the shy girl, you're literally just making me reminisce on a moment that I had in high school. I think this was in grade 11. No, this was actually my matric year.
Oh, okay.
Grade 11 matric year. Listen, I
those two are very important for both of them. They always overlap.
That's true. And you know, in high school, there are like positions called RCL, Student Representative Council, and so forth. So I wanted to be a leader because you know when you have like this burning desire that I know I can do this. Like, I mean, come on, I know I can do this. But when it came like the time for me to now advocate and speak in front of my class and say the speech like why you should vote for me and so forth. Campaigning. It was not easy. I literally went to my best friend and I asked her to write a speech for me because I knew I could do it, but at the same time, I didn't believe I had the capabilities. I don't know how to explain that,
sense,
you know. My best friend, she wrote my speech. Her name is Kamo, by the way. She wrote my speech, and I was like practicing all night. This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna do. And when it was my time to now stand up and say a speech in front of my class, I said the first sentence, and it just went blank. It just went blank. To the point I was like, you know what? I took out my paper out of my blazer and I just started reading, but the reading was not reading, you know?
Because it's that nervous reading where now you can't find
hectic. It was hectic. I think my mom realized that my public speaking skills were very lacking. Then she introduced me to the modeling industry. And today I say that the modeling industry has saved my life, if I can put it that way, in simple terms. Because now with the modeling industry, there's a point where you need to get the mic and introduce yourself. If you get to the top 5 or even just before the top 5, when you introduce yourself, you need to say like your motto and so forth. So that training of speaking and public speaking was not as easy, you know. I really had difficulty with speaking in public. Sometimes difficulty with reading, with just speaking, with pronouncing certain words. It was a hustle. To the point where my mom gave me a homework every day. And I still roll my eyes, but I'm very grateful today. She was like, you must read a magazine or a newspaper every day. When I come back from work, you're going to read me that paragraph and tell me what you've learned. For me, I was like, oh my God.
Seriously?
Like, really? Come on. It was so tedious. I was like, come on, really? Like, you know. But then, you know, I was faithful to the course. I did what I had to do. And at that moment, doing it, I didn't realize that the ripple effect or the long-term benefit of this will be who I am today. So my moms are a superhero. You know, they deserve an award. I'm telling you.
I agree.
World's best mother. I'm giving it to you, Mom. So I think it helped me in that journey modeling. Then I started becoming better when it comes to now questioning. When I'm in the top 5, then I started becoming better and so forth and answering. And now I'm starting to win. I'm like, okay, I've got a crown in my head. it.
Yes.
You know?
That boosts the confidence as well.
Yes, exactly. So that's where the shyness comes from, honestly. I can actually still feel the emotions of that being anxious, being afraid to express myself, being afraid to speak. But hey, little did I know that those challenges are where my blessings are going to be. So, yeah.
I relate so much to that. So with my dyslexia, I fear, and I still kind of struggle now, with public reading.
Yeah.
In school, we had to, English, we would read Romeo and Juliet or Macbeth, and that's even worse than normal English. It's more thou, shalt, and in that,
Listen.
so I'd count, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, if everyone's reading a paragraph, okay, I'm here. And I'd read it by myself, and I'd practice it, and I'd get it. And then when it's in front of someone, I'm like, thou in thine...
shall not, thou...
Shall... Where's the... ma'am, can I can't. So I so relate to that. And I think I should take your mom's strategy, actually just reading every single day aloud, you know? Yeah. And since those small efforts of your mom helped you so much now, how has UJTV shaped your career aspirations? Like the things that you're now doing, how has the lessons that you've learned here contributed to that success?
Like I've mentioned, I've always had this big dream of having my show, like a show where I, you know, just speak to different people, inspire. I think I just wanted to just speak to different people. And I've learned that through that journey, like the learnings that I am hearing and learning from other people, it's actually also helping to shape my journey and cultivate my journey as well. Like my work ethic, you know, because I'm like, yo, if I can, I mean, the other time I had an interview with people like Palisa Marabe. She's an author now. Like the challenges that she had to go through, you know, mentally and so forth. The other time I was speaking to a comedian. Today I see him as, oh my God, you're so successful. And you said it took me 10 years to be here. Like 10 years, and people don't see that journey, you know. And UJTV, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much to the university for creating such a platform to connect to students, to connect to different people outside. Because sometimes, you know, when I'm travel or when I'm shopping, you know, he's like, oh, I see you, I know your show, you know, I watch your show, great things. And it's people who are students and people who are not even students. It has made me realize that I have a story to tell. I have a purpose, and I must live by it, and I must continue with the journey. Trust me, like, as much as the journey was not easy for me to get here to this point, building my name, for it to be like a house brand, say Sithole, it was not easy, but UJTV has made me get to this point in my career as well. Right now I'm with CNBC Africa. So with CNBC Africa, sometimes you go outside and you report, you interview CEOs. And sometimes crossing the bridge of that intimidation. That it does not matter who you're speaking to, the title and so forth. So this opportunity has like leveled it up for me and made me comfortable to say that whoever I'm speaking to, like, it's okay. I must just they're human at the end of the day, and just look past the title or their status, but just connect with the person. Because, you know, you speak to different people, from a student to a teacher or educator, a lecturer, to the vice chancellor as well, you know. So it has shaped me to realize that I should not, or the big lesson is that I should not be intimidated by anyone's title, because we're all human at the end of the day. They have their own story to tell, I have my own story to tell, and
we can both learn from each other's
stories. So I think that's one of the biggest lessons, and obviously helping me continue to help me with my public speaking skills, because I'm not there yet. It's still a process. It's still a process. Even sometimes, trust me, even sometimes when I'm on stage, when I'm like doing a red carpet somewhere, there's still some moments of doubt. Am I doing the right thing? Oh my God, like, am I, you know? But it's just made me to be comfortable with the journey, go through the process, like, be okay.
Yeah.
If you mess up, okay, fine, let's do it again. I think there've been moments where I'll just make a mistake while I'm doing my intro, and I'll just be like, it's fine, you know, and show just like, I'm not perfect, and just show the human aspect of every interview, every conversation, because it's just who we are. We're not perfect as humans. So just leave that way of showing the other person who's like looking at you, who's looking up to you, to say that you don't need to be perfect for you to be somewhere. Just knock at the door, go for the opportunity as you are. Yeah.
It's something that is so profound in content creation. The same golden thread of just start.
Just start.
If you have the idea,
just start.
You have the camera,
just go.
Just start. Just kickstart it.
Yeah.
And you will learn as you go.
Yeah.
A part of your story that I am so jealous of.
Which one is that?
The fact that you have a twin.
Yes.
And I'm like, every twin I meet, I'm always like, you guys are twins? That's nice. Okay. Yeah. What is it like having a twin? Like, just open that for us. Paint that world for us, please.
Yeah, where do I start? First of all, my twin is a male. So for those who thinking, maybe, did I meet another Sally 2.0? No. So I'm the only girl so we are like 4 siblings. I'm the only girl with 3 guys. And then we are I normally say I'm the last born, but the second last born. And people are like, what are you saying? I'm like, no, I'm the last born, but second last born. I'm like, what? So basically, I'm the last born, but I came with a twin. So, which makes it, relevant for those 2 scenarios. But it doesn't feel like, I don't know, like, maybe, sometimes I'm like, maybe if my twin was a girl, maybe I'd have a different explanation. But because he's like a guy, just like my brothers as well, it's sometimes I feel like, I don't know, but we have a beautiful connection. Some people ask, like, do we have like a twin telepathy or something? Yeah. I don't know. But a story that I can tell you is that I got bit by a dog when I was in grade 2 on one of my thighs. He got bit by a dog on one of his thighs as well.
Not on the same day.
Not on the same day.
Okay.
Not
by the same dog.
Not by the same dog. But the same area.
Okay.
Same area.
Okay.
I got hit by a stone on my forehead. I don't know if you guys can see a mark on my forehead, but I got hit by a stone, and then he was also hit by a stone. Someone hit him with a stone on his eyebrow.
Okay.
So yeah, then I got burnt by water on my chest. He also got burnt by water on his chest, going to the stomach vibes.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Twins are fascinatingly weird. You're like, whoa, but what?
So yeah, I think that's the twin thing that we have. And this other time I was on my periods. So us ladies, we go through period pains.
Yo.
And this other day he was like, yo, man, are you on your periods? And I'm like, yeah, why? And I'm like, I'm feeling some pains. And I'm like, what? This is crazy, So yeah, no, we just have a special bond, and I'm just so grateful that as much as they say that you're doing this life thing alone, but it's just so beautiful to know that there's someone who has your back. If I ever need anything, I'll be like, hey twin, hey yo, and yeah, I think the only thing that I don't 100% like is that he took all the skills in my mom's tummy for dancing, because I can't dance. Wow. I have 2 left feet. He's an incredible dancer.
Okay.
But shout out to you, Chuga SA.
Oh man, I did a bit of snooping, and you guys really have such a beautiful bond. Majority of his posts are you, and he's always like, I'm so proud of you. Go big, you got this. Well done. So
he's like my number 1 fan. He's literally that.
Such a beautiful and special bond that you guys definitely are
you.
sharing. Wow.
Thank you.
So is he opposite in terms of confidence and camera, speaking to the camera? Is that something, as you would have loved to have your own show, is that something he would have loved to do?
Great question, actually. The other day I realized that it was not planned, but we're actually in the same industry.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not planned, but somehow.
Yeah.
So I think given the opportunity for him to be in front of the camera, I think he will kill it. I think he will nail it.
Okay.
You know, like sometimes he's the one who even gives me tips, like, yeah, you must do this. You know,
why didn't you do that?
And he's a very great stylist. Like he's a fashion designer as well. So sometimes I'll dress a certain way and you'll be like,
what's going on?
Go back and change. Go back and change, you know. So I think I haven't really seen him with the things that I do, like presenting. But I think given the opportunity, he will do well.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting. Speaking of industries, you definitely are a multifaceted individual.
Yes.
And you're also an academic.
Yes.
You are working towards your master's.
Yes.
Walk us through that. What is it called? A thesis?
Yes.
A topic? I'm just getting into research.
Yeah.
I'm doing my 4th year, so we are only starting these jargons and this type of language now. So walk us through that, please.
Okay, I think maybe let me circle back. When I came to UJ doing my honors, my topic was about Miss South Africa because history from the pageant world and so forth. And now something completely different to financial journalism and financial literacy. I know, right? Two different worlds.
Yeah.
But it's because of where I'm working at the moment. I think I just wanted to understand the world that I'm in. And with that pursuit of trying to understand the world that I'm in, I just looked around my family, my peers, my friends, my community, and just South Africa at large to realize that actually there is a low level of financial literacy amongst our youth, if I have to be very specific. So then I think that really inspired or sparked the interest of this topic to look at financial journalism and just to evaluate the level of financial literacy in South Africa. Because I've realized that when it comes to like people like saving and investing, people say invest. But like, where do we invest? How do I invest? Where do I even go?
How much do I need to start?
Exactly. When they say save, okay, cool. I'm getting only 1,000 rand. How much should I save from this 1,000 rand then? Because I mean, it's so small. Some would say, like, how do I even like categorize it according to my expenses? You know? So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Because the truth is, we are the future generation of this country.
Yeah.
And if our finances, if our financial strategy and financial investments are not on par, we are in trouble.
Yes.
Because now, first thing after someone graduates, they're thinking of a car, they're thinking of buying this, buying that, buying this. But now, when we're asking about investments, saving, they don't have any of that. They don't have a life cover. They don't have like financial guidance. If I have to ask people, do you have a financial advisor? The answer would be,
what is a financial advisor?
Exactly. The answer would be no. Like, where do I even start? Where do I get a financial advisor? What do they do? You know. So I think just to help myself to learn the industry that I'm in, but at the same time help other people to understand money, to understand how they can best save and invest for their future. I think moments like COVID-19, if I'd say that COVID-19 season has made people realize that saving is really important.
Yes.
You can't live just from salary to salary or from you need to save, you need to invest, because anything can happen. If anything happens, do you have something to
back yourself up?
Exactly. So I think that's what my study is about, and I'm just looking forward to drive and advocate and campaign for financial literacy amongst the young people. I think a lot needs to be done, especially in our institutions. I do believe that it starts at home, from us seeing our parents to see how they save, how they teach us about money and so forth. But at the same time, a lot needs to be done from like your primary schools, your high schools, and your tertiary institutions. So that's where my drive is at right now.
I relate so much to it because that's also one of my strong passions and one of the conversations and resources, and I want to call them pearls of wisdom that I would love to bring into the campus life. I strongly believe you when you say it starts at home. So at home, I was raised by a strong, independent, but illiterate woman. And so the conversation around finances, I got brought into it, and I had to handle finances from a very young age. And my mom and I would talk about saving and investing, and we have this expense and that expense, and how are we going to manage Joy? You have to help me. Let's go to the bank. I would discuss and explain on her behalf, translate a few things. So had I not got that, at the age I'm at now, I would not have the basic understanding of a savings account, a tax-free savings account, a Roth IRA, all of these technical terms and jargons that are actually very imperative and very important for everyday living.
That's true.
So you're like, tell me, are you saving? And my friends get so annoyed by me.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
What am I saving when I'm getting this much?
Exactly.
Come on.
And my friends can attest. I sit down with all of them and like, it's a budget. It's so easy. You just do all of the things you spend your money on, and I break it down the same way I understood it in grade 4, the same way I understood it in grade 7, processing it. And when I'm having these conversations with my friends, I'm like, whoa, guys, this is scary. We don't know how to save money. And not only don't we know, we don't have a drive for it because we don't understand the importance of it now.
Exactly.
And that's the key thing we're missing, is that we have the luxury of time. So we can start small because it can grow over time. Whereas when you're older, you don't have that luxury of time anymore.
We don't.
And therefore compounding is like less. So that's when you need larger sums of money. But I digress there. We'll get into that conversation. Hopefully we can even have Sally back in the room with us. And she can break it down even further for us, for sure. With your pearls of wisdom that you've shared thus far, and talking on all things investing, I need to also start investing in myself and, and ensuring that I keep this amazing standard that you've curated. I'm pretty sure you guys know this, but Sally has been here from its inception of the campus life, since it was birthed. So this is her baby. She is, I don't want to say I'm the babysitter.
No, you're not the babysitter.
I'm not sure we're transferring babies now. But what is a pearl of wisdom that you can share with me on your takeaway on Joy? If this is the one thing that you do, kind of like, you know, when a mom leaves a baby with a babysitter, they're like, if she cries, this is the one thing that can save you. What is your pearl of wisdom when it comes to the campus life?
Joy, you're just coming here with like hectic questions for me. You know, like questions that make me think. But if I'm being very honest, at the end of the day, you are the one who's curating your career, your journey. Nobody else is going to tell you this and this and that. You are the one who has that burning desire to say, I want to sit at this table. I want to sit in that room. I want to be amongst those people. So if this is an opportunity for you or a stepping stone for you to get where you want to be, use it. Use it to your best advantage. And I think one of the best advices I can ever give you is show up. Show up. Listen. Leave no stones unturned. To the point where when you get home after shooting an episode, be fulfilled, you know, and connect to the people, to the guests that you are going to be talking to. And just live in the moment. But as you are living in the moment, remember the end goal. Remember the direction that you're going to. Because at the end of the day, the campus life is an opportunity for young people to come. So it's more like an institution. So it's not going to hold people forever. So with your time of being here and being the face of the campus life, use it, grow others, inspire others, motivate. And when the time comes for you to pass on the baton to other people, then you will pass on to the same advice to say, use it to grow. Because at the end of the day, we're not getting any younger.
Yes.
And we want to see ourselves sitting at bigger tables. So use it to grow, learn. One of my mottos in life, actually two, I have two, but I'm going to start with this one, is like, learning never stops.
Yes.
Even where I'm going in the next 5 years, I'm going to still continue to learn. So even when you are here, learn as much as you can. Yeah, I think now going back to the modeling industry now, when I was on stage and saying, hi, my name is Sithole, and my motto is aspiring to inspire before I expire. Wow. So yeah, I think just learn and inspire.
Wow.
Before you expire.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I jotted it down in my head, but as soon as like we stand up, I'm going to write it down, because I'm the person, if you don't write it down, it's gone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Sally. I'm so
Thank
excited,
you.
and it's really an immense honor to take from you. I've got big shoes to fill, to say the least, but I'm excited.
No, but you got it, girl.
Thank you.
You got it. I mean, yeah.
I'm excited for it, and I cannot wait at all.
Yeah.
That's all for our beautiful special episode today. Don't forget, innate ability matters, but great effort can yield amazing success. I'll catch you in the next one.